Should be live now. Looks like we are live on YouTube and Twitter. So if you're on Twitter, you should definitely come over to YouTube because YouTube is where it's at. That's where you can chat a little more and I can actually see your comments and stuff if you're chatting on YouTube. So yeah, jump over to YouTube. This is going to be fun. We got to make some progress on Stoke Fire here. It has been a crazy last couple of days making progress, and it's been a lot of fun. It's gone well. I'm excited about how it's gone and the trajectory that we're on. Oh, maybe I should share this at least on Farcaster if I can find the link, so that some more people can know what we're up to on Farcaster. If you're on Twitter, then you're already here on Twitter. Live building Stoke Fire. We've got progress to do. All right, so just post the link there, and people can jump in. Yeah, I mean, if you're on Twitter, oh yeah, Daufi is on Twitter. Oh, I can see stuff on Twitter too. But yeah, if you come over to YouTube, you're probably able to chat easier. Okay, there is so many things to do. Like, there's a ton of things to do. There's so many things to do for Stoke Fire. Like, I have lots of ideas, and they're just like, little bugs, little things here, there, onboarding stuff. We've got lots of people that want to get in, and I want to get them in, but we need to make sure we're ready. Oh no, are we not on Twitter anymore? Did Twitter just fall off? Let me see. Maybe Twitter is not live anymore. What happened? How do we reconnect? Oh, maybe it's coming. Maybe it's coming back. There we are. We're back. We're back on Twitter, I think. At least it's showing me. I'm using like this little thing. No, we're not. It's off again. Okay. Great. Now we have more technical issues. We already have our own stuff with Stoke Fire we got to figure out. Now we got to figure this out. Great. Maybe it's just like a bad connection or something and it's going to come back. Maybe. Let's see, I'll refresh. Okay, it says it's like it tried to be on Twitter and then it like stopped. So maybe it's not working anymore. Maybe I should link to the YouTube. Yeah, because I don't know what Twitter's doing. Twitter, are you with me? Okay, there I am. It's like it's jumping in and out, so I don't know. That's what it shows to me. So I don't know if you're there on Twitter, if you can actually see any of this stuff. It looks like Twitter's up again. Maybe we just have to ignore it, and it will do its own thing. If you're on Twitter, maybe you should jump over to YouTube. You can just search my name, Noah Bragg, and you should find the top YouTube, and that's where I'm at on YouTube. Okay. All right. There's so many messages. It has been insane. Like the amount of like messages and things that I've gotten, it is very, hey, I play, hello. Let me know if you have any questions. It's just like, it's like a hose, a fire hose. So that can be hard. I feel like I'm usually the kind of person where when I get a message, I want to like answer it right away and just like get it off my plate. And that's usually how I operate. And usually that works fine because it's not like I have like an overflow of people reaching out or things like that. But right now it's definitely the opposite of that, where it's like everyone's trying to get access or whatever. And so, or there's different issues that pop up because, this is a game. It's early. We're moving fast. And so sometimes things break. And so, yeah, it's just been kind of chaos. But I'm getting better at like being okay with things not being perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. I can have multiple messages just sitting there, and that's okay. Not to mention that I think someone like botted my DMs. I'm getting close to 1,000 DMs on Farcaster, and they're pretty much all bots from what I can tell. They seem like bots. So we're not going to answer those because there's no use. There's no use in that. Okay, so yeah, let me know if you have any questions. I will be looking at the chat, but we are going to make some progress on Stoke Fire because we got a lot to do. First thing is you need to be able to export your wallet, right? And you actually can right now because we have an embedded wallet in Stoke Fire, which makes things really nice and easy. You can just like click buttons and do transactions on chain, all with your wallet that you can kind of trust on Stoke Fire, which is good. But if I go to accounts, so here I have this page. So we use Privy, and you have to, sadly for Privy, they only let you export your wallet and kind of like manage it on the browser, like on the web. And so we can't do it in our mobile app. And so we have to send people to this web page. So you can go here right now if you want to export your wallet. I'm already signed in. You do have to sign in with Farcaster. So that's kind of the downside, is you have to sign in here as well as in the mobile app. But you'll sign in here, and then you can do settings. And if you go to settings, you can then export your private keys, and you can copy your wallet. I mean, this is kind of nice to have in the browser too, because a lot of times when people export their wallet, like they're doing it in the browser. And so you can do that here. But one of the things we need to do is we need to make this accessible just easily from the mobile app. So that's one of the things we need to do. And then kind of the next big thing is making it so that if we get the app running here. Hey, Johnny. Hey, Jarrett. Yeah, I see you guys saying, yeah, it's hard to reach me. That's right now probably true because I've got lots of bots DMing me and stuff like that. So, hey, but you can talk to me right now. I can answer a question right now. Okay, so here, this is like the local version we've got running. And if we go to the relations tab, we only show 10 players right now. And these are the 10 players closest to you in score. And I think this is cool because I wanted to test this, like making it so you're kind of like in groups close to you, and you can only attack those kind of neighboring villages that are at a similar spot. And so then you're kind of competing to get to the next group. And I think, there's not a ton in the UI that like go with this, but like you can imagine in the future where it would be really cool where it's like you're kind of in a group and you want to level up, like you want to get to the next group by advancing your score, and then you're kind of then competing with that group of 10 people, and then you want to get to the next group of 10, and it kind of makes it competitive within your range, because there's people are going to be on different areas of the game, like just where they're at in the game, and you want it to be fun at each level where you're competing at each level. And so that's kind of the idea with this, that we're going to have groups of 10. So the other thing that was nice about this is we started to get a lot of people in here, and this whole list was just like getting really slow, and it made the other tabs slow because they're all kind of like connected. So lowering it down to 10 was helpful so that it's faster. But we want you to be able to see the leaderboard and see where everyone else is at. And so the other task that we need to do is kind of have like a tab here. Like this is I don't know what we should even call this. It's like your neighbors. It's like your neighboring villages. And then on the right tab, we'll have like the leaderboard, and that's where you can just kind of visually see everybody. It might not even have, it's like here you can steal food and wood. We might not even have that pop up. Like maybe we just have the row and you can't click into it. That probably makes sense because later, there's so many things to build. But something we definitely want to build at some point is you can click into a row and then you have like a full page of that user. You could see their stats, you could see their activity, what things they've been doing recently. So that is all going to be really cool, hopefully, and helpful. All right. So let's start hitting the first one, which is linking people to this page. And we're probably going to have like some kind of pop-up modal. So that's going to be over here in this page. So let's see. Yeah, so we got our code here. And first we got to get to our account page here. So one of the things I want to do first is this delete account is kind of not really a thing. Because you can't actually delete your account. Like this is the blockchain, but you have to show it for iOS and Android. I think this delete account button, they want to see that because they want to believe that you can delete an account, which you really can't. And I have a special account for the iOS reviewer, and I want to not show it for them. It will just kind of clean things up for people. So let's see. Did I add this? And then we'll need to put this in here. So if the user is a guest, then we want to show that. Yeah, that looks, so right now, yeah, so we don't see that anymore. So that's good. That will kind of declutter our area here, which is good. And then we're going to have a modal that's going to be similar to this redeem modal. Actually, also let me check. What branch am I on? Yes, we were on master. That's what we want to be on for right now. So I have this whole modal. For now, I'm just going to copy this. And we're going to make our own modal. And we'll call it manage wallet modal. We don't need that. What else? Just get rid of that. We're going to edit some of this. So we're going to basically explain that, you have to go to a browser, continue to manage wallet. Well, maybe we'll have some kind of icon that will show things for kind of show that like you're going off. And then we don't need any of that. This will hide, and then I'll put like a to-do. Jump to web browser page. All All right, so now we'll kind of say, you know, you can manage the wallets and export your keys in a browser at, and then we'll even just put this, and then I'll say you'll have to sign in again. Sign in there. Just to like let people know like what is going on. Like, why am I going to a different website to do this? I play Win social servers like Discord or Telegram. Well, what do you guys think? Should I do one? I've been thinking about it. I think that sorry, 1 second. I'm messaging back somebody. Okay. Excuse me. This is what I'm talking about. Bouncing around. I got to bounce around. Oh yeah, we're talking about Discord. Yeah, I think Discord would be good for getting feedback, kind of having more of a community feel. You know, Stoke Fire has kind of been built around Farcaster. That's kind of where a lot of my following is. And I really like the idea, you know, of building on the social graph. And what I'd really like is I would like to eventually have like a light client. I don't know if you know much about Farcaster, but you have these different clients. You can kind of build, you know, kind of like Twitter, you can kind of build your own version of it, and all the data is there for Farcaster. So what's really cool is it would be fairly easy to basically build that into the Stoke Fire app. So it's like we could have kind of our chat of everything. Oh, there's Woj. I actually don't know how to say your name. Woj Tech. Maybe I don't even know if I'm talking to about the right person. Waj, I don't know if it's Waj.eth or not. But yeah, if it would be really cool within the mobile app, you could have basically like our Stoke Fire channel, and we could maybe have even a couple channels for Stoke Fire, but it's all accessible within the app, and then everyone can use kind of their Farcaster account to chat in there, and it's just kind of a community for us. So I think eventually I'd like to get to that point, but it's not. It probably doesn't make sense to do that right now, and so yeah, a Discord might be our best option, because I know we have some people from Twitter. Oh, thanks, Waj. glad you onboarded and got some wood. Perfect. That's great. I'd be curious, Woj. Sorry, I'm still getting it wrong. What do you think about a light client within Stoke Fire? Like, do you think that would be cool? I think it's probably not the highest priority. There's a lot of other things that I need to build for Stoke Fire, but that's something I'd like to do that I think could make a lot of sense with everyone kind of having a Farcaster account. At the same time, it probably doesn't make sense for me to only be on Farcaster forever. Like, you know, as we expand, probably grow to other communities besides Farcaster, but it'd be cool if I could bring more people in here through that. But I know, like, even right now, I think we have a lot of people from Twitter that they have a Farcaster account, but they're not really on there. So, yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do. And having a Discord probably makes sense here soon, so we can, like, even just for like helping support, getting feedback, things like that. Because I don't think that works super well in Farcaster channels yet. You could do like a Farcaster group, but I think there's a lot of people not in Warpcast very much. And yeah. So anyways, okay, we're working on this modal and to manage the wallet in a browser at And then I'll have this continue to manage wallet. So that looks pretty good. We can get rid of some of this stuff. Don't need it. Okay, we'll get rid of some of this stuff. And then we can now add this. Manage wallet modal, show modal. Just gotta love saying the word modal. Just, sounds weird, right? Okay, we're gonna show this from the state, set show wallet modal. All right, so we got that, and then we just need like a button to show this. Oh, we need to import this. Maybe. Where is it? Yeah, it's right here. Maybe I didn't change the name. Yes, I did. Okay, what's it upset about us now? Oh man, I just got laggy there. Yeah, we got to change some props here. That should do it there. Okay. So now we can do a button like this. We don't need this is live anymore. That's not really needed. Yeah, you can see I had some flags for if the token was ready. It was in there. It was in there. No one knew. Yeah, quality game plus social graph with familiar faces. Yeah, I think that's kind of the fun thing. Is kind of the goal is a social game that's a strategy game, because I love strategy. And so it's like the goal is if you could basically make friends with people through this game, and this game gives like some fun interactions, that would be like, that's the goal. That'd be amazing, right? So that's kind of the goal. And I think having some kind of chat function really helps with that. And I think that later on, like I have some ideas for some social kind of game mechanics that I think could be really fun, where it's like either it's like trading with each other. So you're like trading resources with friends, or, and that could use some communication, or there could even be some game mechanics where it's like you kind of have to work together, and having a chat to like help you do that would be pretty cool. Or maybe it's even like you're paired up with another village, you're paired up with somebody, and you can kind of work together and help each other. I think that would be cool. So yeah, that's kind of the goal, is use the social interactions to kind of build something very interesting. So yeah. Okay. So we need to update this. So I think this would be manage wallets. Set show wallet modal. All right. We haven't tested this at all, but I think, this should work. Looks like it might be mad. Oh yeah. We don't care about loading, and we haven't implemented that. Man, my computer is actually lagging a little bit. Okay. Reload. One of the things I need to do, there's a lot of things I need to do, right? there's so much to do. But one of the things somewhat soon is I want to kind of redo some UI. Like we need some better colors, kind of redo the whole coloring of this to just give it a better vibe. Okay. Clamato would like to see some type of weekly contest or rewards to keep users engaged and bring in new people. Yeah, I think for sure one of the things that's kind of my goal is I want this to be, it's a mobile game. So I want it to be a somewhat passive game, right? Like you have some strategy, you have decisions you're making, but it's something where, you pull it out, you play it for 5 minutes a day, you collect some resources, you make some decisions, but it's something that you do over time. It's not like a one and done kind of thing. And what I like about that is that like you can come and go a little bit. Like you can kind of focus on it and like try to make progress more when you have time. But when you don't have time, like you can kind of walk away. And I want there to be options for that where it's like, your village is sitting there, it's chilling, but you don't have to maybe be as focused on it. And that's kind of the goal is like you're building a village on chain that's like going to last forever, basically. And so just being able to enjoy each stage of that as it's kind of going for a longer period of time. And so I guess why I'm talking about that is that if everything is like here right now, like weekly battles or like you have to be kind of engaged, I think that could be a negative to kind of that whole idea that I'm talking about. But I think at the same time, there could be some option for that, like some kind of weekly something that's going on that you can join if you want, but you don't have to. It adds some extra kind of game theory. So yeah, I think that will be interesting for sure. Okay, we need to add like a little margin here. Okay, how's that looking? We've got our logout button. Zinger, yeah. Flip side, got to keep people engaged. Yeah, that's kind of the whole thing. I think there needs to be options. Like there needs to be two paths where it's like you can stay engaged more and you're rewarded for that. And like, hopefully it's fun and enjoyable. Like it has to be fun. But there's another path where it's like, if you want to kind of chill a little bit because you're busy for that week or whatever, like you want that to work too. So I think you kind of have to have the two different paths and either one is fun. So that's Zinger like late night crew, right? That's that Zinger. Thanks for joining. Okay, so I think this is fine enough for now. And then, we can click on this. Oh, we're going to need to change that. That's way too bright. We don't want it to be green like that. You can manage your wallet and export. Yes, that Zinger. Nice. You have to sign in there. Let's make a couple changes here. Zapper. Axel, are you from Zapper? Is that what you're trying to say? I use Zapper every day. All right, let's try to make that lighter. Let's try to add a little bit of styling. To this so people can see what it is. Okay, we don't like that green either. We need... Oh man, my computer's lagging. Actually, that's fine there. What green? What green do we even want here? Like I said, my colors... Yes, YouTube should integrate because Farcaster is definitely on the radar for that. yeah, like I said, I don't really know what my colors are going to be. Still figuring that out. So I'm probably going to change this later, potentially. Yeah, that's fine. Well, we'll just do that mint nasty green right now. All right, so you can manage the wallet and export your keys in a browser at yada yada. How can we do like a new line here? This is where we use AI. Can you make this text on a new line? Because I am not thinking straight. Really? You're just gonna throw that in there? Yep, I guess so. And I want it on its own line, so it stands out. And actually we want it right there. Okay, so then they know kind of what's going on. You can click cancel, you can manage, you can cancel. Okay, and then we can actually jump to that. Router.push. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions. I know there's some people asking for access. I got to get things ready first. Like, we've got a decent amount of people in the game, but there's a few things I need to change before we're ready to just be adding a lot more people. So you'll have to be patient. Sorry about that, but yeah, gonna have to be a little bit patient before I add more people, because I just want to make sure things are working. We need some incentives to be correct as well. And as you kind of grow, there's like, there's growing pains. So currently you can access the game if you're one of the 500 people that got airdropped. And then I have given other people, I've manually given some people access, but we will kind of grow from there. That's kind of the plan. Let me see if this now works. Opens up here, and then boom, you can then actually export your wallet, or you can just go to your browser and do it. Let's see. Last thing to really make this work is we want some kind of icon that lets them know they're going to be opening it up somewhere else. I'm trying to think what's the best way to do that. I don't have any like icon stuff. I don't have an icon library yet, do I? I like hero icons a lot of times. What is it? Arrow. This thing. Copy JSX. We're kind of moving really fast, and so especially as I'm like going live here, just trying to, oops, path, something's wrong here. But yeah, especially since we're just like coding live right now, I'm just like trying to get this stuff working, you know what I mean? And we can always clean up later. I'm trying to think. I thought I had some kind of like icon library that I was using. Let's go check out. Did we have a package? Maybe not. Vector icons. That's probably what it is. Let's go check those out. Expo vector icons. Hopefully we have something here. Yeah, something here should work, I'm sure. Could use one of those arrows. Wow, they've got a lot. They've got a lot of options. eventually, actually, yeah, this is what I need to do. So the whole game is like pixel font, right? Pretty sure there's like a pixel font we could use, or pixel icons we could use that could be pretty cool. But again, that's later. We got, priorities here. Okay, which one of these? These aren't all exactly the same. They're not perfect. Something like one of these. Yeah, like this. Cool. So we can copy this to import, and then copy this to throw it in. There it is. And then we probably need to do some kind of like item center. No, not quite. If we pull this out and then do a item center here, the flex. Oh, come on. That should definitely be what I'm looking for. All right. How do I feel about shipping mobile first? Yeah, so I do have some mobile experience. Like my first software dev job out of college was Android developer, and then I did iOS stuff. But like nowadays, like I'm not even using the native stacks. With my experience, I much rather do like React Native. It's just faster. Like the whole experience for building locally, and then like how you can update. Like after we get this change, we're just gonna update the app like right away. It's just gonna once we actually do this, it's actually gonna just update right away. It's way faster than like having to go through the whole iOS review process. That's the main thing, is the review process with iOS and Google Play is like very annoying. It's slow. It took me a while to get the app accepted. That took some time. But once you kind of get through that first hurdle of it being accepted, then I feel like it's pretty like smooth sailing, I feel like, for the most part. And yeah, it's not bad. I think for what I'm trying to do with this, I think mobile first makes a lot of sense, because like I want people to be playing this, want it to be on their phone. I want that to be, check on your village every day. It's just easier when you have a mobile app. And then, as we expand, I think it's much easier to bridge over to more normal users and players that aren't going to be installing a PWA. Like, just probably not going to happen there. All right. I want to ask my AI, make the arrow centered vertically. AI is going to make us all lazy programmers, isn't it? Oh, you're putting a view in there? All right. I guess that makes sense. Probably because my basic button is like doing things. Let's see. So, that seems reasonable. Whoa. I mean, it works, but yeah, PWAs, they're just always kind of slowish feeling in my experience. Okay, so that worked, but this is giving a very odd bottom. What do we need to do to fix that? It's like my basic button has like extra stuff. It's probably this, isn't it? Nope. If you're loading, oh yeah, because that's an X. So, item center, flex row. So if we like give this a height, will that restrict it? Yeah, kind of. I think this can work because, yeah, that's not bad. I think it's partially because this is bigger. Okay, I'm fine with that for now. I think that looks good enough. Manage wallet, jump over to here. They sign in. It's all looking good. Eventually, I could see like wanting to have some variation between these buttons because this is, this is kind of an important button here. But this is looking pretty good. Let's see, so we added this. This is the modal. And then we added our button. Let me show that's the guest. All right, so that's pretty much our change for that. Let's go ahead and push that. Okay, so this is gonna be cool. So if you guys, if you have the app, you're playing the game, you can see how this works. You're gonna see how I update this. It's pretty slick. But thanks Noda32. Glad you're enjoying it. So we got our changes. We're first going, we are in master. Let's just make sure. We're gonna commit added modal for managing wallet. We're gonna first push that. And then I usually come over here and just copy this. Thanks, iPlay. Good night. So basically what we do is this is using Expo. So Expo is very awesome because they do all the builds. I don't even have Xcode and Android Studio installed, which is great. I don't have to because Expo does all the builds for me. But then once you have it, the app out there, I can just update like this. So I'll just say added modal for manage wallet. So then just make sure everything looks good and then hit that. This will take, like a minute. And then I have my phone here. And we open up the app. And I basically made it so that on the village tab, you can kind of see the village tab there. The main tab, this is where you'll see at the top. Actually, this works just like Warpcast works, where you'll see that little update button at the top and you just click it and then boom, you have the update. So yeah, that's how it works. It also, you can update from the login page because if I ever was like adding updates and people, change the onboarding process, people could get those that way. Okay, so boom, it's done. So now, I don't know if you can see this. Boom. See, I went to that other tab and now there's that orange button. Click the update, it then reloads, and now I have it. So you can see, blurry, you can see the manage wallet. And we've got it in the app. Everyone has it now. Yeah, so why is Apple fine with updates like this? I don't really know, to be honest. I mean, to install any new libraries, you have to do a full update. Like you have to do an update through the App Store. And so it's like, you are going to have to make updates every once in a while. And then at that point, obviously Apple's going to review it and they're going to make sure everything's good. But I think it's partially like there's nothing that can stop you from doing this. Like I think apps have been doing this kind of stuff for a long time. Like apps, like games I've seen, like they create their own systems that have updates and stuff, and they can update things themselves. So I think it's partially just Apple can't do anything about it. So yeah, can you change the whole app? So you can only change things that are not native. So if you're changing any native code, some libraries like in Expo, they will actually do things with native code. Or if you install any new libraries, you'll have to actually do a new app update. This is like anything that you think, like you can imagine is like JavaScript logic. It's like web app kind of stuff. You can update this way, which is most things, right? Like a lot of apps are not using the cameras. They're not using the libraries of iOS or Android, the native stuff. Especially for my game, like most of this is just like, it's just like web kind of stuff. So yeah, you can do most updates this way. Brian, kind of wild to see the update live in my own version as you're talking about it. Yeah, it is. Like it's fast. Like it's basically like, this is how like web app development works, right? You push, it deploys the Versal, and then it's there. It's just like quick. And that's what you want. And that's what we're able to do now with Expo. So it's awesome. I couldn't go back to like having to like wait multiple days to do updates. Especially when you're like trying to move fast and iterate. It's like you might break things. Being able to update things quickly to fix things, that's really helpful. You were in my clan? Oh, you guys are having a conversation. All right, so the other little thing we need to do, sorry, there's an issue right now. I guess it's not an issue, but I made it so that you can only redeem your rewards if your village is 7 days old. But the UI doesn't show you that. When you click confirm, it will error out and tell you that. And so I think obviously it'd be a nicer experience to be, maybe I should wait. I think I'm going to change how that works here soon anyways. So it's probably not worth the time. Right now, if you click redeem, it's not been 7 days and you try to redeem, it'll tell you, it'll just basically show an arrow like, have to wait. I think that's good enough for now because I'm going to probably change how that works. And so let's not take the time to update that. Okay, so next thing is we need to make like our leaderboard. That will be good. So let's go back to, where is it? Flash lists. This is another branch I'm working on. Let's merge in master. Okay, cool. We got a good amount of people here on YouTube now. That's awesome. Thanks for watching. I think I'm going to plan to do more of this kind of stuff. Like, I like the transparency. It's a cool way to like let people know the progress of building the app because we got a lot to build. And, it's a cool way for you to get to know me and for me to get feedback from you guys. You can just like chat and I'll make progress as we go. So I'm planning to do more of this stuff. I also want to make some shorts. I don't know if you're on my YouTube, check the shorts because I've made multiple shorts and that's one of the things I think could be a way that I could get new users like into the game is like finding it through YouTube content, shorts and things like that. And kind of the plan with those is like to kind of show the progress of building the game and then like kind of give people a taste of playing it through these shorts and try to kind of tell that story as I go through those. So you should check out those. They're kind of fun. I've maybe done like 4 of them that have been like showing the progress up to this point. So yeah, check those out. Okay, so we're on the Flash list branch and we are going to add like a leaderboard. I had to take away the leaderboard that we had because it was getting slow because there's just so much going on here. So I'm thinking to have like a tab where you can this will show like the villages you can attack and that can raid you. And then you can click on the right tab and that will show the villages, just like the whole leaderboard, basically. And why the branch is called flat list is basically it's a React Native thing. It's like an optimized list, so you can actually scroll through a list and it should handle stuff. I have not used it before, so we will see how this goes as we try to figure this out. I think I had some stuff here. Let's see, git stash apply. This should, apply some changes that I had. Like I think this change, for example, I had to install some packages. So when we do this change, like I think everyone's gonna actually have to update the app from the app stores instead of, I can't just push this update. So this one, I have to wait a day maybe for the updates to go through. Okay. Got some merge. Did I have any other merge issues here? Yeah, just that one. All right, let's see. What did we do here? We're going to change all this stuff anyways. So let's do both changes for now, and I will kind of fix this up. All right. So I think what we will do is we'll like split it up into our 2 tabs. And then this relations component will just like handle switching between the tabs. I think that will be good. Question is, do we want to load this stuff up here and pass it through, or do we want to, might want to do it here just so it's like faster. And then it can just pass the data onto the component to render. I think that makes sense. All right, so that means this stuff. This is all messy now. Render item. Let's take this out. And then let's do new folder tabs and relations, new file. What do we want to call this? Neighboring villages or neighbors? Maybe we just call it neighbors. That could be kind of cool. All right, let's go grab some of our imports here. Let's just grab all of these, and then we'll just get rid of the ones we don't need. We'll need villages. Yeah, here. And we'll need player village. I think that's good. Oh, we also have a mutate that will pass up. I play, don't worry. Yeah, you should go to sleep. We'll have times for doing this kind of stuff later. So you really should get some sleep. This is not Python. No, this is React. So this is TypeScript, which, a lot of the web and stuff is built in. And React is probably one of the biggest kind of frameworks. Okay, what's this mad about? Mutate villages. Oh, I might have some stuff here. Set modal visible. I think that there's some changes there that we don't actually want. Yeah, we don't want this stuff. So let's unstage it. Revert. The fans are burning. Okay, that fixed that. So we have most of these things for neighbors, and then we'll do another one for Leaderboard. This is like the second tab. And we'll have more things there. And what we'll have here is going to be, oops, yeah, this stuff is getting a little messy. We'll take this out. Put that there. This is the messiness of moving code around. We'll want this flash list there. We don't need this anymore. We'll move this over. Refactoring, you gotta love it. All right. So this, then we can bring these imports over. We'll have to see. I think we will do a different component, a new component for this relations stuff. All right, so we'll have some things here. Let's just get this, I guess, kind of working. So we have something to play with here. Yeah, let's do. Villages. Good question. How many hours do I sleep? It changes. I typically go in cycles, right? Where it's like I have a building cycle where I'm really into building and making tons of progress, and I just have the motivation, and I'll just build a lot. Those times is when it's harder for me to think, or it's harder for me to stop thinking rather. Like you're just laying in bed, right? And you're like, what, you're just kind of thinking about the things you want to build, what do you want to do? And it's a lot of fun, but it's hard to sleep at that point. But then I have other cycles where I'm not as much in a building cycle, and then I sleep great. I sleep, I don't know, 8 to 9 hours a night. Alrighty. Okay, everything is green, so that's good. Let's see. If we run this. Okay, go over here. Shouldn't it be showing like nothing? I think it should be showing nothing right now. Resolve. Maybe I have to complete the merge. Unhandled. Where? I should have merged this in earlier. That would have been way easier. I think that I already handled it. I don't know. Yeah, that. I don't really want all this, but we'll just fix that up. Complete merge. Okay, now will it change for me? Okay. We're in relations. We want to get rid of this again. And we'll add stuff later here. Should show me nothing now on the relations tab for right now. Then we can add stuff. Yeah, my computer is not liking live streaming at the same time, is it? All right, there we go. So we got that. And so now what we're going to do, so something that we do want that I've removed is we want this player defense stuff. And the question is going to be, do we want it to just sit at the top here? So it will always be there, and then the scrolling underneath. Maybe that's okay. Maybe that's okay for now. All right, so then we'll have this little, we'll have a button. So we'll have a view, we'll have a flex, we'll have an MX2 maybe. And then we're gonna do some buttons here. I think it's called Privy button right now. The one I'm gonna use, which is kind of funny. Well, maybe we should copy this because eventually we're probably gonna get rid of this, and this we're gonna have to kind of make something new here. So let's start with that. Basically gonna be like tabs that we're creating right now. Selected button, that's what we'll call it, because we're gonna make it so that it will stay looking selected, so you actually kind of know it's selected. Is selected. Props. So then we're gonna have two of these, and we're gonna call the first one neighbors. Oh wait, probably need to do. Man, getting really. And leaderboard. Getting really. Yeah, will people be able to play in the future without needing a Farcaster account? Yeah, I think eventually I think you could use an email. I think it makes sense too. I don't know when I'll do that though. I like having at least the Farcaster account to show that this person is a real, like, they're not necessarily a real person, but they are connecting to like a social identity. And there's other fun kind of things we could do with that. And so, yeah, that's kind of why for now, at least to start. I think it's a good place to start. And then we'll kind of go from there. Let's see. Is neighbors selected? All right, so we have that. And then what we can do is based on this, we can do a little bit of a different color or not. Trying to remember. I think it's in here. We'll use this color for now. Any other questions for me? Let me know. All right, so if it's selected, it should be showing that. And we have those two. All right, let's see if this, okay, it's kind of working, but they're taking up full width, which this is kind of doing. We also have some margin that I don't think we want. Okay. Trying to think what's the best way to do this. I don't have grid in React Native here, so let's see what the AI tells us to do, just to be faster. Can you make these buttons on the same row side by side? It's probably just flex column, flex row. Yeah, something like that probably will work. Boom, like that. We have too much extra. We don't want that. And then if it's selected, let's have color be white, maybe. I really need to get my colors organized. Like I said, I'm going to update those. So probably we'll have to clean up some of this. Yeah, what is that color? Color pixel text. So it's this here. So we don't want it here. Question, is there already a roadmap in mind as to when main launch of the game is happening? Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of ideas, I have a lot of plans, a lot of things to do and build. I'm not putting out there like, this is the roadmap. We're kind of like just iterating quickly, learning, seeing what's working, what's not, making it better, making changes from feedback. That's kind of the plan, basically. Excuse me. So not exactly a roadmap, but we're making progress quickly. That's kind of the plan. Let's move this up here. Text color equals this. And then if is selected, we'll set the text color equal to maybe white. I don't know. We'll see how that looks. And then we need to set this. All right, that's kind of looking better. That's something. And then we just need to pass like a on press. Boom. Got this little tab thing now. Yes. Okay. Let's give like a in bottom 2. And so now we'll have is neighbor selected. We'll have something there, or we'll have something here. So here we'll have neighbors. And here we'll have leaderboard. So laggy. Villages to show. And then we'll have player village. And then we'll have mutate. This just needs the villages. Which is everything here. Lag. Villages is possibly undefined. That's true. So we'll say or undefined. And then return that if it is undefined. Okay, sure. All right, so we got a leaderboard, got a neighborhood. So now we got to remove that. Oh, rendered with text. Fix this. Okay, we got rid of the defense stuff. You know what? Good question. How do we could, I'm trying to think what it makes sense. What makes the most sense? Maybe we only actually show this here. We can put all these tabs up higher. I think that makes more sense. This will be hidden here. I think I like that. So then this can change. So then it's like you're only doing the fence stuff with your neighbors anyways. So I don't know if that made sense what I'm talking about, but remove this. And boom, I like that way better. So now you've got your two tabs. And then you can just see the leaderboard. Neighbors, leaderboard. Cool. So, I mean, this isn't taking too long. This is all like good because this should just work. Should just be able to have this running. Defend food. And that updates whatever. And then we can go over to the leaderboard and we'll actually like show new stuff. So what on here do we want? I think we're going to kind of recreate this. Maybe add a few things. Maybe if we actually have the numbering on the left, that would be good. So I think that's going to kind of be what that will look like. So if we go down to relations player row and I think I'll copy that. Here's the question. This is always the question is like, do you copy or do you like reuse this? I kind of don't want to reuse it. There's kind of more logic here than I need. Maybe we could maybe take out parts of it, but since I'm trying to move a little bit faster, maybe we don't. Or we make our own component with it and maybe we can transform it. So let's call this, and here we'll call it player row.tsx. Put that in here. Copy a few things. What's going on here? There we go. Just being slow, that's all. Yeah, so this is going to be great. Once we add this leaderboard, you'll be able to see everybody. Hopefully it's nice and quick. And it will be kind of cool to actually see what's going on in the game. Eventually we need to have a page for each player. You can click on them and it doesn't just show this, but you can actually then go in and see their village, see their details, see all their activity that they've done recently. And that will actually help you make decisions with strategy and whatnot, because then you'll actually have some idea of what they're doing, maybe why they're doing it, which will be cool. Okay. Looks like we need... All right, so this is where we can clean up a few things. We don't care about this. It'd be nice to be able to see a couple other stats. So, like how many villagers they have. And then maybe this goes here. What else? I don't know. We'll have to look at it and decide. All right. No, not quite. I wasn't sure if we were there, if we were going to see what we wanted to see there. Let's get rid of this. And then we can show if people are defending, sure. Villages. We're then passing the data, rendering the items. Does each village does have an ID. We're not using the selected ID yet, but we will eventually, someday. Lag, there we go. So then, what are we passing in here? So we're passing in villages, which should be set here. So we should have something. Let's see, estimate item size is not defined. Based on current configuration, you can set it to 44 to optimize. Estimated item size. Okay, we might have to go look at the documentation, but it sounds like we need to do something like this. Dot length. Guessing. I wonder if it doesn't update the data right away. All right, let me see if I can find the docs for flash list, and we can look at these. All right, yada yada. It's like hard-coded data. Recycling. Check. that make use of use state and verify whether that state would need to be reset. Might have to do something with that. That seems maybe different. Let's ask our AI friend here if they know. See, how would you make flash list render the updated villages? Or maybe what it is, I just need to get rid of this return and then just like actually pass it in right away. So it's not what they did. Oh, they've got a callback. This minimizes the function. I don't think that's what we'd want. We'll just like do a guess of like 100 as a default. I wonder if this will work though. Nope. Was not usable. Parent view of the list has a valid size. Match the size of the parent. Okay, so we potentially need to have like a parent here. Because I think it's just not showing anything. And so we could probably put that. Let's try doing a view, class name, height full, width full. Hey, there we go. All right, so we've got something. That's a good sign. That's a very good sign. Let's pass in the index as well. We might want some extra padding potentially. Oh yeah, we haven't passed it in. Oh no, how are we gonna get the index? That's a good question. The item could have it. That might be our option, or maybe there's a way we can pass it in. So it's just saying that maybe it has it. Maybe it comes with the render item. So we just do this. Let's see if that works. Might just be something part of flash list. Nope. Oh, text. Hey, but I think it's working. So that's good. Small, large, text large. There we go. So let's do a little bit of this. And then let's do MX2. Oh, it's getting like pushed off there. PX2. There we go. It'd be nice if we had that little line in between each row. Scroll view. So yeah, where did we do that in the relations player row? X2, POR1. This right here. If this is at the bottom of each one, like there maybe. I think it has to be. Yeah, it has to be on the outside of that. So yeah, what should I talk about anything else? I feel like this is like I'm just like working. You're just seeing me work. I don't know how exciting that is. Sweet. And then we can do index +1. All right, now that's kind of coming together. So you have huts. That's what we want. We want to see some huts as well. Might get a little bit crowded, but I think that's good to let you see everything there. Eventually I'm going to have some nice icons that I'm going to have to make for this as well, which will be fun. All right. Now we're talking. I think this will be cool. This might, I mean, we might almost have it. We might be here. This might be it, actually. Like we're already here to a finished-ish product. Because I'm not really doing much. I just want to show you these. Yeah. And we already have your current relations. That's all working. Got your activity. So the sad thing is I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to glad to hear it, Noto. Crazy Frog's asking, why not get AI to do all the work? AI is good. I definitely use it as like an assistant kind of like tool, but it's not perfect. And you have to kind of definitely kind of manage what it's doing and just kind of like over review everything. And I think, so some of the writing, I feel like I can be faster myself and just, making sure I'm doing, you're making decisions. So you're kind of just like writing the code as you're doing it. But yeah, other times it definitely makes sense to let the AI do the code. And I'm probably just like, I'm getting better at it too. So it kind of takes time. Okay, so Kevin's asking about Farcaster. So Farcaster, it's basically like a Twitter. But it's like a Web3 kind of version of Twitter. And the cool thing is they built the client, or they built the protocol, which is Farcaster. And think of it kind of like email, where email is actually just like a protocol that anyone can kind of use. They kind of follow the same data guidelines and stuff. And then you have clients like Gmail or Yahoo or different email clients that build on top of the email protocol. So Farcaster is the same thing, except for like a social app, like a Twitter kind of app, or almost a little bit like a Reddit kind of app, because you can have communities, you can have channels, they call them in Farcaster, and that's like a community of sorts where all your posts are going in that channel. But then the cool thing is that, you can build on top of it. So you can have your own client that's using Farcaster. It's sending data through Farcaster. Other clients can read it. So there's actually multiple clients in the Farcaster world, and a majority of users are using Warpcast, which is made by the same Farcaster team. So they're kind of like trying to get it started by getting their app to do well. And then, other people can kind of build on top of it and add their own clients. But kind of the cool thing about the idea, which is, very much kind of like a crypto Web3 kind of idea, is that the idea is that the power should not all just be in one company like Twitter or Facebook, where they just kind of own everything and can do whatever they want. It's like the protocol is where all the data is, and no one really kind of controls it. It's kind of a decentralized thing. So it's like then all these companies can build on top of it, and you have more choice as a user. Where it's like, okay, if you want a certain kind of algorithm, you want a certain kind of UI, certain kind of client, you can just go to the developer that's making that happen. So that's kind of Farcaster in a nutshell. Hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully their onboarding process isn't too annoying. If you are new to it, you do have to kind of like create an account and stuff. But yeah. So anyways, that's the kind of the gist there. Let me know if you have any follow-up questions. And Noto, glad this is inspiring. All right, how long have we been going? We have been going for an hour and a half, and we have gotten some really good progress done already, though. Because we've got this tab kind of stuff. What will be interesting is there will definitely be kind of like some testing to see how this works with really big lists. So we'll have to see how that goes. I don't know how pagination works in it, because eventually we'll have to do something like that. Let's see. Usage. It might be that this has nothing. Guides, manual linking. Let's see if we search. Oh, you can't see what I'm seeing anymore. Page. Pagination. No. Flash list pagination. Let's see what this person is saying. Helper library. Every promise in it has a prop called has more. Interesting. So there's like a param here. I should probably read this too. But there should be a param that I can pass to like be notified when they're reaching the end of the list. Render item, yeah, not seeing it there. Manual linking. I don't think I have to do. Hopefully, I don't have to do any manual linking. What was I going to look at? Here we go. Props, render item, data, item separator component. Draw distance, estimated first item. On end reached. Called once when the scroll position gets within on end reached threshold of the rendered content. Interesting. So eventually, I don't think we'll do this yet, but eventually I'll basically be able to update with, once you're kind of getting to the bottom, this will then make a new call to get more villages. So we'll have to figure that out, but I think we can wait. We can kick that down the can down the road, whatever the saying is. All right, trying to think what else I need to do here. We can kind of review some of the changes that we made. Make sure everything is looking good. Got our neighbors. Get rid of this. Got a selected button. Looking good there. Let's just run it again real quick because there were some errors there. Just make sure there's no errors. Cool. Yeah, and this is a scroll. It's automatically a scroll list, so that's good. So the last thing we could do, so I have this updates tab where I update things. And we can wait because we'll add it here. Added the leaderboard like so. So then people can kind of keep up with what changes I'm making, what's happening, stuff like that. The other thing we need to do is we need to update our version. So I updated to 18. let's just update everything to 19. So we know that we're on a new version. I am even going to update this version down here, which is the version for sending updates. So then when people install this going forward, it's only going to update these ones. Okay. So then what we can do, and maybe this will be one of our last things, is we're going to commit this, and then we're going to make a build. We can build for iOS and Android. Let's see. So added the leaderboard and tabs on relations page. We'll then push that. So how I kind of make this work is we potentially could make more updates on the master branch because that's what's live right now. But we'll then push out Flash list, make a build for it, get it updated on the app stores. And then once it's actually updated, we'll then merge it in to master. So then we can kind of move from there going forward. So yes. So yeah, I just pushed that. Let me find the command I need. Copy. So now I should be able to build all. Just let this build, make sure that I can get that started. Expo will do the build. Yes. Building that, doing a couple things, and sweet. I think that's working. All right. So we had some things we set out to do, and I think we actually completed them. So thanks for joining me on that. Continuing to make progress on Stoke Fire. It's going to be fun. We got a lot to do, a lot to add. And so, yeah, I'll probably do one of these another time here soon in the future, just to like share progress and people can ask questions and stuff. And I probably should do like a short, make like a short at some point to kind of share that. So definitely subscribe on YouTube on my channel, Noah Bragg, so you can follow these. And, you know, I'm always posting updates on Twitter and on Farcaster. Like pretty much anytime I'm updating things or changing things, I'll make a post there. So be watching those. And yeah, well, once we kind of get some things fixed and ready, I'll be ready to add more people is kind of the plan and give more people access. But I got to figure out like a good way to do that. You know, like we want to make sure we're adding the right people, and that all kind of goes smoothly. So, all right. Well, thanks for watching, and